Alright, BAJ squad, we back with another one. I told y'all that I was coming back for the Mailbox project. And now here we are. I got all the parts and all the tools that I need to do this job. And now I'm about to show you how you put it together. And you can check it out. You can see, I got everything sitting to the side right now. But I'm about to show y'all the full process. And I told you, if you ever want to do any side jobs or side hustles, this is what you do. And I'm going to show you step by step. Alright, let's start by first placing this, the bottom base pole. Let's set this off to the side real quick. Alright, and this is going to be the plate where the base sits in the inside of it. As you can see, all it's doing is just sliding in just like that. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to get to this other set. I'm going to get to this top part real quick. Get to this top mailbox part real quick. And you can see there's holes on each side. So when I put that plate on here, I'm pretty much gonna slide this in the middle of the top base. And then I just take the screw and just screw it on each side pretty much. Alright, well, let's get started. Oh yeah, and then another thing too, I forgot to tell y'all, this wooden piece right here, this is going to be another piece of the base. I gotta take this metal stud and I gotta knock it down in the inside of here. And that's pretty much gonna be your brace. That's what's gonna hold everything sturdy. Alright, set this off to the side. And you know what, matter of fact, I am gonna start with this base. Yeah, I'm gonna start with this base and this plate real quick. Yeah, but you got to make sure you got this, because the way I have it right now, you got to make sure this is the back side. And with the base, the way that you know that the base is the back side, because you see that this wooden base right here, I got to put it in the inside of the bottom of it. And then when I slide it in the inside, I got to screw holes right through here, and that has to screw into the wooden base right there. Alright, so let's start it. Let's get it. Like I say, you gotta make sure you got it straight. Slide it down on there. So what I'm gonna do is a little tight. As you can see, I got my mallet right here. I'm gonna take my mallet. I'm gonna tap it down in there. This mallet is a great tool to have. If you don't have a mallet, I advise you to invest in one. These are right here. These are gold mines. They help out with a lot of tools and a lot of projects. See how it's sliding down on there? And I want to make sure that I don't go too far. You definitely don't want to go too far. You gotta make sure see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to line it up with this middle part right here. So I would say you gotta go, what y'all think, a couple of more inches over? Because what I'm looking at right now, I'm trying to line it up. I don't know if you can see, but I'm trying to line it up with these screw holes. I'm trying to line it up just like this. Let's see if with that pole. See, so what I'm doing, I'm going off of it like this. So I just got, let's say, probably another, not even an inch. Just tap on it. You don't have to do it super hard. You don't need all the extra pressure. Like that should be good right there. Are we lined up now? Yeah, we're lined up now. You able to see it? So we lined up now. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now, like I told y'all, now what I gotta do, I gotta sit there and I gotta make sure I get these short screws right here. And I'm gonna have to drill these into that base. That base we just put on. These screws go into the top of it. So let me make sure I got everything set up. always go over your work and double check and make sure everything is still the right way. And as you can tell, well, you can't tell, but it's super solid right now. It's sturdy. It's not really wobbling or nothing like that. So that tells me right there, we got a nice tight fit. Definitely got a nice tight fit. So let me get my drill. And just make sure that you get these ones right here. You're getting these 4 right here. Might take some time down in there. Once you get it, that's good. Yeah, I'm back. Now, I had to switch it up, as you can see. I had to take that fill-up head bit out because I was having a little time trying to get my screws in the base. So, if y'all and anybody know, this is a tap bit. Pretty much what this does, it's pretty much pre-drills the hole for you. So it makes the screw way easier to get in there. So, watch it, you can see. Tight on to it way easier. See, it just makes it super easy. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go too far because this bit is a little bigger than the fill-up head. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just start it, get it to like right there. Then that's when I'm gonna go ahead and put the screw in. Alright. Place that real quick. Switch it up. There we go. There we go. Back in the business. Back in the business. Alright. Get the screws. Like I said, this makes it way easier when you got that. See, now the screw is going to go in there way easier. Makes the screws going way easier. Yeah. And I was going to tap it from the get-go, but the first one kind of went in kind of easy. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit there and let it fight me. I know how to end up beating his butt. I know how to end up winning. Show them who the master is. That's when I had to go ahead and do what I had to do. Now you see this hole. See what I was saying? See that hole? It got a little bit bigger. So what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm gonna re-tap that, but I'm gonna re-tap it over to the side a little bit. See, now you're gonna have mistakes like that. Ain't nobody perfect out here. Nobody's perfect. So you're gonna have little mistakes, little hiccups. So you're gonna have little mistakes and hiccups. All you do is just come up with a different game plan, and when you do that, come up with a different game plan and you attack it. That's all you do. Well, I'm gonna just go over to the side just a tad bit. Start from there. You can see it starting. I'm gonna go a little deeper though. Alright, that's all we're gonna do. As you can see, the hole is not as big. So what that did, it just pretty much left me some space in order for it to bite and grab onto it. I'm gonna try this different bit too real quick. try this little shorter bit. Got better control with this bit. Give you a little bit better control. See how that one went down in there? See? And it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it grabs onto to the base. That's the main projector. As long as it grabs onto the base, that's the whole goal. That's what we're trying to do. Just grab onto the base. Alright, as you can see, super sturdy now. Super duper sturdy. You can see. Alright. So now what I'm gonna do, take it over here. Pretty much I gotta slide it up on here. Now you see how they already got the pre-drilled holes that you gotta go through. You see them right there? See pre-drilled holes? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this right in the middle. I'm gonna put this sitting right in the middle. Let me sit it up here. Say probably like right up in here. You want to make sure disperse the weight. I mean, you're not gonna have too much heavy stuff in there, but say if you did have a little heavy package or something, you definitely want to make sure it'll be able to handle the weight. So I figure I put it somewhere like right up in here. Yeah, that should be decent right there. Put this back off to the side. And somewhere right up in there. Let me move this off to the side real quick. Alright, so now we're taking the screws, we're pushing them in the bottom base part. Make sure you put some pressure on it because you want it to be flush. When you drill it down on it, you gotta make sure you put a little pressure. Don't put too much. Put just enough. Just enough to hold it. See how it sucks onto it? And you just flip it around and do the same process on the other side. That's all you do. Flip around and do the same process. Now, for this design, I'm gonna put another screw in the middle to give it a little extra support because they only sent me 3 screws. So I'm gonna have to hit Home Depot back up and see what was going on with that. Like, yeah, we need all the screws, Home Depot. I'm not throwing no shame at Home Depot because I ain't gonna lie. I love using Home Depot. Home Depot, they got some of the best equipment, some of the best tools. But, I mean, you could at least send me all my screws. But anyways, that's besides the point. I'm gonna show y'all. All you're doing is just taking this screw and pretty much repeating the whole process. But you see how I have my hand and I'm pressing down on the top. Make sure you got that pressure on top of it so you have it flush. See how it just easily bites onto it, grips on it real easy. So what I'm gonna end up having to do now, I wanted to find some screws that match it. I'm not for sure if I have it in my bag or not, but I went and I bought these screws. And I know they're a little mismatch with color, the color wise. But I figured I'd go ahead and try it out though. Just put it on. It ain't gotta be perfect. It really don't have to be perfect. But I'm not gonna lie, it's super long, but at least you know with it being long like this, you don't have to worry about it coming up off it. So pretty much just repeat the whole process over again. put light pressure on it. Put light pressure. You can speed it up once you get halfway in it. So what I'm gonna do, they only got 2, but I'm gonna put 3 in there. Just to, you know what I'm saying, make sure everything is in there pretty good and set. But for this, now for this one right here, I'm gonna have to at least put it up on this block wood. That way I can get a good angle on it, because it'll end up sliding off. And we definitely don't need that. So pretty much I'm gonna catch it just like this. Put it like right here. Let me see, it should be the middle. Right there. Just go slow with it. Till you feel it biting. Once you feel it biting, then you can go way faster. There you go. There you go. Alright. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put one more on this other side over here. Even it out some. You can see the screws in the bottom, but I mean, it'll be alright. Fine. You gotta win no pretty competition, nothing like that. As long as it's able to hold, we're good. Alright, like I told you, in the middle, make sure you get in the middle. And you just go from there. Start going. Eventually it's gonna grab. See, eventually it's gonna grab. You see how it grabbed it? Just keep going. There you go. Just like that. That's how we doing it. So as you can see, we got the top on there. We got the base on there. So we got the base. See the inside of it. The inside looking good. I don't know if y'all can see it. Kind of see it, whatever. Trying to get the light in there. See the inside looking good. As long as you don't see no screws coming in it. And you don't want too many gaps. Now you want to have that little hole right here. This is the drain hole. That's just in case if any water or snow or something was to get in there and the snow melt, then you got to have a little drain spot for it to drain out. So you got to have some little holes and crevices and cracks on the side of it. But the main thing, hey look, we're good. You know what I'm saying? So you're good to go. She closes up. She opens up. That's the main thing. As long as we got that, we good. Got our little red flare too on the side, you know, just in case you want to ship some mail out or something. She working pretty good. Alright, now let's get to the next project. Let me sit this over here to the side for right now. So now you know what's next. We gotta knock this block in. I put this metal part up in here, the metal pole in. So pretty much what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna catch it from this angle right here. Yeah, that way I can just go ahead and knock her down in it from here. I want the good side facing the road. So I'm gonna start like somewhere right up in there. Yeah, I should put it like right here. Yeah, that should be a good sign. Alright, now I'm back. Now, I got the sludge hammer. I found a little concrete slab or whatever that's kind of level. So I'm going to use that. It's a little level spot where I could bang this metal bar into this wooden pole. And pretty much all I'm doing is just, you know, banging it right into the pole. Just tap it first. All you want to do is tap it. because you want to make sure it's straight. You want to make sure you're putting it in there kind of straight. So just tap it lightly. Give it light taps. See, light taps. What you want to do, you want to make sure that it's straight though. You don't want it crooked. If you got it crooked, it'll mess up the whole process. Alright. As you can see, it's all like almost straight. She's looking halfway straight. Well, I gotta start banging on this back side a little bit more, because you can see it's kind of tilting forward a little bit this way to the right. So I gotta start tapping on this back left side to bring it down some. Alright, you see how it's going down? Now when I get a little closer, that's when I'm gonna start tapping way harder, because that way, by that time, it had already cut grooves into the block. And once it had already cut the grooves into the block, then you can just go full on blown with it then. Alright, about to show y'all right now. Alright, now you see how it's going down? And now you see how, like I was saying, it's cutting grooves into it. See how the grooves is getting cut? That's what you want to see. I mean, no matter what, it's always going to cut grooves in it, but you want to make sure it's cutting the right grooves, and you want to make sure it's cutting straight. That's the main goal, cutting it straight. Alright, so we're just going to keep going from there. Always be safe too. Always be safe. You gotta make sure you accurate with this hammer. Because if you're not accurate with this hammer, you can't hit a finger. I'm pretty sure you don't want to smash no fingers up. Not with this big little sludge hammer right here. I mean, it's kind of big. It ain't the biggest, but I know it'll hurt though. It definitely will hurt. I know it'll bust your finger wide open, so hey, I know you don't want that. So you gotta make sure that you go kind of light with it. Go light, but add pressure to it. Make sure you add some pressure on it too. You see how she hit right there? You see how it got solid? See, now you know that you got it to the point where you want it. You see? Got it exactly how I want it. You see how straight she is? That's pretty much what you're looking for. You want it to be straight just like that. See, just like this. I'm going to tap it down just a tad bit more. Just to make sure it's real fully flush. See, she's solid though. She's real solid. She ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere whatsoever. Oh, almost lost it. Alright, let me go on back over here. Now pretty much the whole process is putting this in the ground. Now what I gotta do, I'm about to show y'all the whole process of me taking the old mailbox out